Nick, thank you. Here at 11 Alive, it is our mission to bring you facts, not fear. You might hear people say more testing will lead to more confirmed COVID-19 cases. That is true. In the past month, testing has increased 35% in Georgia, but new cases have risen 45%. This is a sign this is about more than test availability. I want you to pay close attention to your screen. The number of active patients on the screen, that's the number in orange that you see right there. You can see the number just keeps rising. And Georgia Emergency Management reporting nearly 3,200 active COVID-19 patients in the hospital. That's just yesterday. That's nearly 150 patients more than Sunday. Now, the increase in new cases and hospitalizations may have been a factor to why one school district is now walking back its plans to reopen. Gwinnett County Public Schools is now going fully digital for at least the first several weeks of the upcoming school year. Christy Diaz joins us live with more on the school's revised plans. Christy.
Good morning, Francesca. This is a complete reversal for Gwinnett County. Initially, they were going to give parents the option: in-person instruction or virtual learning. But after a pretty heated BOE meeting and an open mic faux pas, they made the executive decision that all kids will now stay home and do digital learning. Now, of course, they're attributing this to the increase in COVID cases across the state. Gwinnett County in particular is the largest school district in the state. The county also leads the state with confirmed COVID cases. Teachers will still report to the classroom, though. They'll give their lessons virtually from there. Some teachers protesting that decision, asking instead for the option to come in or stay home. The superintendent trying to assure families, though, that digital instruction will look very different than it did in the spring, and says that everyone will still have the same expectations as if they were in-person learning. But in a highly diverse county with limited access to internet in some households, that's leading some to worry about the digital divide.
I feel like this is just another variable, another layer added that helps widen that gap. And then some of our kids might not ever get out of that, and that definitely worries me.
Now, to help close that gap, the district says they will hand out Chromebooks and internet hotspots to families who need them. Francesca.
Christy, thank you. Georgia Senator David Perdue wants to help schools reopen. He is proposing a $50 billion program to support schools that choose to reopen. It's called the School Act and would be part of the second round of stimulus. Schools that develop reopening plans could apply for a grant. It would also connect available healthcare professionals to support schools. It would create a database so school systems can share ideas and streamlines information for parents and public health officials. Now, Senator Perdue says the goal is to give schools tools to more safely bring schools and students back to the classroom. The senator's proposal is stirring up a conversation on our Facebook page. Many of you chiming in. Let's look at what you got to say. Ty writes, tell him to keep his money. The lives of our children are more valuable than any amount of money. And Dana chimed in and said, has he asked the teachers what they think? And Maria writes, how about you just give them the money so they can purchase everything they will need to open safely? All right, you guys have a lot to say. So remember, we have the full breakdown right now of back to school plans for each Metro Atlanta school district on 11alive.com. We're updating it anytime there is new information.